Floyd Mayweather's name carries a weight in boxing that almost no other fighter can match. But the latest discussions about him attempting a return to professional boxing at nearly 50 years old have stirred a storm of reactions. What makes this moment so fascinating is not only the idea of one of the sport's most celebrated undefeated fighters risking his legacy, but also the overwhelming sense that his potential opponent, Terence Crawford, represents an entirely different type of challenge.
Logan is going to be much less efficient. He's going to be trying really hard, and he's never done, I don't know how many rounds they're doing. How many rounds are they doing?
I don't know, 8 maybe or something like that. I don't even know if they've announced, but still.
If I was Floyd, I'd want it to be 12.
Yeah, the longer the...
Drag that guy into deep water and then beat the out of him.
Yeah. Joe Rogan has been one of the loudest voices warning against the idea of Mayweather stepping back into the professional ring. Rogan acknowledged Floyd's greatness, but he pointed out the clear truth that a fighter's body at 48 or 49 is not what it was in his prime. Reflexes slow down, stamina diminishes, and the efficiency that defined Mayweather's defensive style is inevitably compromised. Rogan didn't mince words when he said that even completing a full 12-round fight would be a massive challenge for Mayweather at this age. He emphasized that Floyd's brilliance came from his ability to maintain an incredible pace, stay defensively sharp, and frustrate opponents for an entire fight. That level of output requires youth, and no matter how disciplined Mayweather has remained, time is undefeated.
Floyd was in his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior. Because Floyd would move towards you like this, he would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is. Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best.
Timothy Bradley, a former world champion, added to the conversation by directly addressing the hypothetical matchup between Mayweather and Crawford. Bradley, who has studied both fighters closely, argued that Crawford possesses a set of skills that would present problems for Floyd even in his prime. According to Bradley, Crawford's ability to switch stances, his activity level, and his adaptability inside the ring make him a nightmare opponent for anyone. Bradley highlighted that Crawford is not just technically sharp, but also relentless. A fighter who can apply pressure, use footwork to cut off the ring, and strike with power in either stance. He went as far as to say that Crawford would brutally melt a 49-year-old Mayweather, making it clear that in today's boxing climate, Floyd's undefeated aura would not protect him. Bradley also remarked that even if one entertains the debate of prime versus prime, Crawford would have an argument for winning because he combines size, reach, and natural power in ways Floyd never had to deal with consistently.
I'm here to tell you guys, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Damn Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. And he gonna run into problems with Crawford because Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford is the most complete fighter that I've ever witnessed in real life. He will beat Floyd Mayweather. However, damn, I'm telling y'all, Crawford will beat Floyd Mayweather in his prime, pound for pound, prime versus prime. He has more power than Floyd. He's longer than Floyd. He's stronger than Floyd. He got a chin of granite. Terence Crawford is a different animal. Terence Crawford will beat Floyd Mayweather. 7 days a week.
I think Crawford would beat Floyd.
Shane Mosley, another respected former champion, echoed similar concerns but introduced the factor of size into the debate. Mosley noted that Mayweather spent most of his career dominating fighters closer to his natural weight, often excelling in the welterweight division. Crawford, on the other hand, has naturally grown into a much bigger fighter, competing at higher weights and still performing at the top of the sport. Mosley pointed out that Crawford's ability to switch stances, control the ring, and impose physical strength would expose Floyd's disadvantages at this stage. He said that while Floyd's defense remains one of the most polished ever seen, the reality of fighting someone bigger, stronger, and faster at 49 years old is simply too much to ask.
Guess what I just got done studying? Floyd Mayweather, Zab Judah? Yep, that's what I just got done studying. And I'm here to tell you guys, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws.
Guys, Zab Judah is one of the most gifted, skilled boxers. A lot of people struggle with Zab early on. He was a real problem. I think Zab just didn't have the mentality of a great fighter, but he was a talented fighter. If you haven't checked him out, you should go check him out.
Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that backhand, the way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too? Man, that pull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too. And he got a 75-inch reach. Great counterpuncher. Can concentrate all night. Can put pressure on Floyd. He can even invite Floyd in. Yep, I noticed. Floyd starts to, Floyd's not having success. He started to step on the gas. That's what he do. And he gonna run into problems with Crawford because Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford is the most complete fighter that I've ever witnessed in real life. He's the most complete. He has it inside and also outside. He will beat Floyd Mayweather. There's no hands down.
Oscar De La Hoya, who knows firsthand what it's like to face Floyd, offered a different angle. De La Hoya was respectful of Crawford, calling him an exceptional fighter, but he was firm in stating that Crawford has not yet surpassed Mayweather's overall greatness. De La Hoya argued that Floyd's flawless record and career achievements still stand above what Crawford has done so far. He acknowledged that Crawford is one of the most skilled fighters in the sport today and deserves recognition for his adaptability and dominance, but De La Hoya maintained that Floyd's ability to retire undefeated while fighting under immense pressure and carrying the sport for years is something that still keeps him ahead in the all-time debate.
Come after the fight said that Crawford was way better than Floyd. You know Crawford, you know Canelo, you know Floyd. What do you think? Who would win in a fight?
My man. I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than...
Canelo Alvarez added fuel to the fire by suggesting that Terence Crawford is better than Mayweather. This statement, coming from a fighter who faced Floyd in his prime and was comprehensively outclassed, was striking. Canelo admitted that Mayweather toyed with him, but he still pointed out Crawford's style, aggression, and adaptability as reasons why he sees him as a better fighter today. Critics of Canelo's take argue that his personal loss to Floyd might bias his perspective, yet his words resonate with fans who see Crawford dismantling elite fighters in ways that generate excitement Floyd's later fights often lacked.
And you know Floyd Mayweather Jr. doesn't like that. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claimed that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. Very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, when after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound for pound fighter right now, many people are saying, hey, shouldn't he be considered one of the greatest fighters of all time? Isn't this a realistic conversation we can have? So what does that do? That butts Terence Crawford right up against Floyd Mayweather. So when Floyd was asked a series of questions, right? Because Floyd is now has a fight coming up. I do believe it's maybe in January. I think it may be in January or early 2026, I believe is the time frame, where Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to be fighting Mike Tyson in I believe this is going to be an exit.
Roy Jones Jr. provided perhaps the harshest critique of Mayweather's legacy. Jones openly questioned whether Floyd deserves a place among the top 5 greatest fighters of all time, arguing that Mayweather strategically avoided peak opponents. He pointed to the timing of fights with Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto, claiming Floyd fought them after they were already past their best years. Jones suggested that aside from the fight with Canelo Alvarez, Floyd rarely fought opponents at their absolute prime, which waters down the meaning of his undefeated record. To Jones, Crawford represents the opposite, a fighter who consistently seeks out and beats the best in their prime. He concluded that Mayweather might be top 10, but not top 5 in his personal rankings.
Other top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5. He maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight. Don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand. I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he's going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further,
he fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great. All right, so that's not a great fight. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them best 2 names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not gonna say who.
Because I can't name a person.
I'm not gonna say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for it.
Joe Rogan also touched on the evolution of Floyd's career, contrasting Pretty Boy Floyd with Money Mayweather. In his early career, Floyd was aggressive, charismatic, and willing to take risks. As he transitioned into the money-making era, he became more cautious, fighting to win by decision and protect his record. Rogan argued that while this approach kept him undefeated and financially successful, it also made his fights less exciting for fans. This shift explains why many in the boxing community view Crawford's rise with more enthusiasm. Crawford combines skill with a willingness to engage, providing the kind of excitement that later Floyd fights lacked.
Those 2 totally different approaches, but went in there and took the fight away from Canelo, whereas Floyd went there and never gave Canelo a chance. So, just looking at those 2 different fights, that's Canelo's opinion, and everybody's opinion is different. Styles make fights at the end of the day, so that's subjective.
And now you got Bradley, Shane Mosley saying that Crawford is better than Floyd. Give me your takeaway. Both undefeated. One guy went the big fight approach. Other guy went as far as, accolades, unifying, undisputed, etc. But then when you look at them, fuck their resumes, when you look at them as fighters, who's the better fighter, Lee?
They're 2 different fighters. That's really how I look at it. I feel like their resumes are great, what they did in their careers is great, but at the end of the day, it's 2 different eras. So it's not always as comparable as people try to make it seem. People criticize Bud's career, but he fought the best of the best in today's era. Floyd fought the best of the best in his era. So, it's 2 different eras. They have 2 different styles. Bud goes in there and adapts to whatever style that he has to adapt to that night and with that fighter, whereas Floyd stays to himself. Every fight that he fights, Floyd is Floyd. He makes adjustments and fights differently according to every fighter, but that's every great fighter. That's just boxing at the end of the day. But Floyd always stays true to Floyd Mayweather. Whether it was, Pretty Boy Floyd.
Another important perspective came from Salam Bey, who argued for context in comparing the 2 fighters. Bey emphasized that Mayweather and Crawford belong to different eras, and it's unfair to directly measure them against each other. He pointed out that Mayweather's consistency, discipline, and defensive genius defined his career, while Crawford's aggression, adaptability, and high ring IQ define his. Each should be respected in their own right, and labeling one as definitively superior oversimplifies what makes them great.
Floyd Mayweather, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? So it's to be revealed, everybody. I just seen this on Instagram. The Menace has put out that Floyd Mayweather could return to pro boxing at the age of 49 to take on God knows what. After the Mike Tyson fight, I don't know, the man has been asking him a question. He said, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Worst case scenario, everybody. If Floyd Mayweather want to go in there and take on Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford will melt a 49-year-old version of Floyd Mayweather, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I posted that video of Timothy Bradley, bro. He's right. He's correct. He might be right about the prime versus prime. I will have Floyd prime versus prime over Terence Crawford. But when it comes to right now, undoubtedly, Terence Crawford would brutally melt him and stop Floyd Mayweather right now, bro. I do not want to see Floyd Mayweather in pro boxing again. The last time I seen him was Conor McGregor. That was a beatdown, but that was 40 years old, bro. That was 8 years ago. That was 8 years ago, everybody. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him returning, bro. I just don't. I don't at all. That 50-0 record, that will go down the drain. Trust me. Go down the drain. If he fights a fresh fighter today, everybody. Floyd Mayweather is not once he was 8 or 9 years ago. Just, I don't like this at all. You get crushed. You get crushed by all these fresh up and comers right now, bro. And Terence Crawford, he ain't beating Crawford. If you all Floyd Mayweather fans thinking he's gonna beat Terence Crawford right now today, you're all delusional.
You're way better than Floyd Money Mayweather. I know you heard that he said that. What thoughts came to your mind when you heard that Canelo Alvarez said that about you?
Hey, you know, that's a big compliment. You know, he's been in the ring with both of us, so he would know, you know, from his own experience. You know, a lot of people, they can say this, they can say that, but there's only, you know, a few people that can say they've been in the ring with Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather and give their own.
Those two, Crawford or Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford.
This thought, this prevailing thought that the smaller man always loses to the bigger man. This was repeated time and again throughout the fight week. And he proved that that's not the case. Again, I hope you all recognize this was a 168-pounder fighting a 147-pounder. He had one fight at 154 last August, was the undisputed king at 147, beating Errol Spence in July of 2023. Came back the following year, fought Israel Madrimov at the soccer stadium in Los Angeles, and then did everything he could to get this fight, played his cards the right way, and there he was, standing face to face against Canelo Alvarez, who did seem for the longest time like he didn't want to take this fight, and because there was great risk involved, because not only is Terence Crawford one of the all-time best fighters in the history of the sport, he's smaller than him, so a lot of people would be like, oh, of course you're going to beat the smaller guy, right? But I think Canelo recognized, yeah, he might be smaller, but he's that damn good.